Directed by Gerard McMurray from a script by James DeMonaco, The First Purge takes us back to the days leading up to the first 12 hours of the lawlessness where all crime, including murder, is legal. The Democrats and the Republicans have lost the election to a new political party known as the Founding Fathers, and the film is not subtle in how it reflects the current political climate in the United States and the Make America Great Again rhetoric. This first experiment, it is only referred to as the Purge by newscasters and the people on the street, is restricted to Staten Island, and the government is offering $5,000 for anyone who stays on the island, with more for those that actively participate. Participation is monitored with embedded tracking implants and super high-tech contact lenses that send live footage to the experimental control centre. Marissa Tomei plays the architect of the experiment, and you know it's only a matter of time before she says, "Oh my God, what have I done?" The film's two central characters are Dimitri, played by Yolande Noel, and Lex Scott Davis as his girlfriend Naya. Whilst I could sympathise with Naya as a strong, idealistic single mother trying to protect her community, Dimitri is another matter. He's the head of the largest drug dealing network on the island, running corners throughout the city, selling drugs to all that can afford them. This is a bold choice by the writer, but is it likely that one that the audience are not going to get on board with? Character arc should show a character with a major flaw. They go through situations that cause them to challenge their view and to cause them to change for the better. Whilst that does happen here, I really had an issue with rooting for someone to be the hero and save the island when his drugs and thugs have been destroying it for years. The film also took a path that I didn't think served it well. The basic premise of the Purge, at least from the government's perspective, is to rid itself of the lowest classes, whose policing and benefits the government cannot afford in a climate where increasing taxes is obviously a political suicide. That makes it sense in a warped sort of way, but in this film the victims are all African Americans with one token Asian. There are no Hispanics, no other people of colour, and the only white people we see are the controllers of the Purge and the soldiers sent in to increase the death toll. So only the poor people in America are African American? Is this film an unsubtle way to tell your audiences to check their white privilege? Putting racial messaging to one side, the pacing of the film is good, although viewers just wanting carnage will have to wait until halfway through before it all starts to kick off. The acting's solid, actually, across the whole cast, with Lex Scott Davis being a real standout. The film does at times look like more of a parody of other better films. Some of the cat and mouse game of getting across the island reminded me of The Warriors, and when the survivors holed up in a tower and the one character is being used regularly for a comic relief one-liner, it was reminiscent of Attack on the Block. The hero has some cringy motivational speeches before removing his jacket and shirt to reveal a die-hard white vest and then gear up like Arnold in Commando. Although most of the action and fights looked good, some of the visual effects were laughably bad. An early scene with Marissa Tomei gave a press conference outside, but it's obviously a bad green screen. And the blood, oh my God, it looked ridiculous. When we get bodies ripped into by machine gun fire or throats open with machetes, the blood is added digitally and literally got laughs from the audience. It's almost like they made the film to be a 12A, but then added blood in after to bump it up to a 15. It's embarrassingly bad. At least half a dozen people got up and walked out at various points of the film, and that's never a good sign. The First Purge had the chance to be smart and social commentary and a survival scary horror, and it failed on all counts. Instead, it's a well-acted but poorly written film that avoids highlighting the struggles of all poor communities to show how African-American drug dealers can be the good guys by going to war with the evil whites. The Purge gets a D+. Have you seen it? If so, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thumbs up's always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.